Bronies. Okay, Bronies. The name first is a combination of the words bro and pony.
Basically, an adult group of people that have found a lot of enjoyment in the show My Little Pony that was recently redone as a fourth generation cartoon.
The art style is really good. It's really bright. It's really vibrant. It's 2-dimensional to 3-dimensional depending on the scope of the camera. But it's very well done. It's very smooth.
And an interesting thing about the Brony fandom is there's a lot of people that do have emotional issues or other different issues. It's not all of them, of course. Some are well-rounded people, and in fact, they all are pretty well-rounded. But with any fandom, you also meet the people that that maybe they just have a hard time connecting with people. Maybe they have a hard time expressing themselves or feeling wanted, connected, belonging. And Brony fandom was something that they found that helped start to perpetuate that.
It's one of the few shows that takes disability and treats it with respect. It's not a trope. It's not we're going to add a character in a wheelchair just because we can. It's treated with respect. You could put a token character in there and not care, but they make it a point to go. Derpy's eyesight is impaired. She'll hit signs and trees and such, but it's done in a way that you notice that she's aware of it, but doesn't try to play it off. It's oops, I hit a wall. It's fine. It's part of her disability. And then with Fluttershy has grown as a character. She's much more. She's seen a lot of growth since season 1, but she's realistic in that social anxiety is not something you cure. It's something you learn to live with, and you can cope with it and come up with strategies to make it easier to deal with. But it's not something you just go, oh, I've done this thing in this one episode, I'm cured, I no longer have social anxiety. No, she has crippling social anxiety, and it makes her more real. She struggles with it in a realistic fashion. To a comedic level, of course, sometimes, but it's a cartoon. But she deals with it, and she's even acknowledges it on several occasions in later seasons, going, this is part of what I am. I'm aware that I have this issue, but I'm working towards making it easier for me to talk to people and stuff like that. It's something she deals with. And Pinkie Pie is the poster child for ADD in that show, but she's not always self-aware, so I don't know if she's the greatest representation for it, but you see it in her behavior, and you see her kind of like cope with the fallout of being in your face, super excited, overly passionate, and you see her deal with that on her own level. But I feel that disability in general is treated well, but if not sometimes a little too comedically. But I've had an issue with all shows. But I think My Little Pony does a better job of dealing with it on a more respectful basis.
Is there any evidence to support the idea that the fandom would die, or anything that would cause that?
Well, yes and no. The fandom itself, I don't believe, is dying at all. No, it is cooling off. With anything that's out there that has a large, rabid, and crazy, fun fan base, eventually things are going to die down. Either people move on to different things that are more enjoyable to them, or that are a little bit more exciting. You also got crowd followers. They're just looking for the next big thing, then off they go. But there's still a lot of people in the fandom. Every day I see more music being created. I see a few more animations pop up here and there. A lot of artistry. Got a few image boards that I go to. There's always new images every single day. I just don't see it. I admit it's cooling. I admit it's, there's not as much as there used to be, but there's still so much out there that still happens. Really, that's pretty much the base of it. As long as Bronies continue to create content for themselves, as long as they continue to write, to draw, to art, to throw stuff out there, the fandom can't ever really truly die. And even then, I don't think it'll ever really die. I've known a lot of fandoms out there that, like small fandoms that have enjoyed cartoon series, the Gravity Falls fandom, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles fandom, Power Ranger fandoms. But there's only a few that I've ever seen that have gone to the lengths that I've seen the Brony community go. To the point where there's conventions all over the world, that we've pulled off some amazing animations, that we've pulled off incredible music. There's only a few that I've seen that can boast something of to that caliber. The Star Trek, Star Wars, Doctor Who fandoms. Those have been around for years and years and years. They have had cooling off periods, especially when they had new shows that have ended, or like in Doctor Who's case, it vanished for 20, 30 years. But their fandom still existed. They still continued to make amazing stuff, and even when Doctor Who rebooted, there was still people that have been there since the beginning. I think the Brony community has a very good chance of being one of those fandoms that literally continue on perpetually forever.